College is such an essential and transitional period for so many people, but in the midst of stress and exams, it's easy to lose sight of what we're really here for in the first place. This series is to document lessons I learned navigating college as an undergraduate engineering student.
I don't think anyone is prepared for this upcoming midterm.
The phrase work-life balance gets thrown around a lot, and it isn't an easy thing to achieve regardless of which side of the line you're on, whether you're working too much or working too little. If someone says college life, not many people will think of work-life balance because the media portrays the typical college student as a person living off of instant noodles and coffee with a sleep schedule literally opposite of the sun's hours. Yes, college involves a lot of studying, and this might happen sometimes, but anything in life, if you want to achieve goals in a really compact amount of time, it requires hard work, concentration, and discipline. But throughout all this, we can't forget to stay balanced in order to prevent burnout. So, having both aspects in life makes studying and having fun individually feel more rewarding because I'm able to feel longing for the other. So when I'm studying, going out later that night gives me the short-term motivation and something to look forward to, while being out for too long actually will lead me to want to get back to studying. So, moral of the story, work hard and play hard because you'll feel more satisfaction when you learn to do both. This applies in different length scales. In a single day, usually I'm very concentrated and in work mode during the day, and late at night when around dinner, I need my big break of the day, so that might be eating with friends, doing something overall just contrasting like grocery shopping or cooking after having been studying and sitting in lectures all day. Anything different will feel relaxing. Okay, I got home, so cold outside. I feel sleepy, so I think I'm gonna do something right now that doesn't take a lot of energy or brain power because I've been using it for far too long today. Do some chores, like cook, meal prep, clean my room or something, and then I'll get to studying after I wind down for like 20 minutes. Maybe I'll just lie in bed and listen to music. I literally love doing that because I discover new artists and songs that I would not listen to if I'm like doing something else while listening to music. In the time scale of a week, we have weekdays for the productive work and then weekends for a bit more of relaxation. We can even take it up to a year. We have semesters for condensed learning and studying contrasted with breaks for holidays and experiential learning like research positions or internships in the summer. Now let's talk about being calculated and spontaneous and how to find the balance between those two. So if you have watched my previous videos, you know that I'm always writing things down, whether it's a to-do list, game plan for studying, or I'm just organizing my thoughts. Through multiple iterations of my to-do list, I think I've come up with one that I always resort to when I have a lot of deadlines and it's really hard to keep track of. I have 3 columns, one for the due date, one for whether it's done or not, and one for the exact task or event that it is. Usually I'll go through and write down everything that I have to do. I try to do it chronologically, but sometimes it jumps around and that's okay. I keep the due date on the very left so that I can see how urgent it is and kind of group my priorities that way. I draw arrows under big tasks for sub things, so for my physics quiz I have problem sets that I want to do before I have my quiz. At the end I'll go in with red exclamation marks or just some sort of symbol to show how important that task is on my priorities. As someone who is very planned and calculated, I learned to appreciate not pre-planning everything. It can be hard to accept the fact that productivity and having a rigid schedule are not mutually exclusive. Our brains can only imagine so much, and it can only imagine linear combinations of things that we've seen before. Like in dreams, it's always a random mashup of thoughts we've had or feelings we've felt. But once you stop only doing things that you've planned for, you get exposed to experiences and perspectives far beyond your imagination and learn to expand your worldview. So this one time I stayed on campus for a research meeting. After that was over, we passed by a project symposium on our way out, and we just randomly decided to stop by and got to talk to some really smart people and learn about what they've been working on. Then after that, I saw some friends. Suddenly this professor comes in and starts talking to us about his life, his projects and innovations, and then he brings all his inventions from his office and shows us what he's made. And we ended staying there until like 3 a.m. We also ordered pizza. What I mean is, I would have never planned for this. It's usually the spontaneous events that leaves a mark in my memories. The more absurd and unpredictable they are, the more they are ingrained in my memory. We need calculation and spontaneity balance in each day, as well as an overall life on small scales and large. Give your mind a break when you do something you weren't expecting to, and just switch up the routine to make the day more special. Today is Lunar New Year, so my friends and I are doing a potluck. I'm gonna bring a tomato and egg stir-fry dish. I have to go in like 30 minutes, so let's do this fast. I'm putting the cabbage in. Okay. Slicing up the garlic cloves. I've been trying to make more Asian dishes. This one is pretty easy. Oh my god, it's boiling. So you want minced garlic in the pan sizzling first before you pour the egg in. First round of Napa cabbage is done. We still have more that I have to cook up. Olive oil. Wait for the pan to heat up a little bit and then put this in. And beat the eggs for a minute. This is always really satisfying because I just like watch it all blend into this homogeneous mixture. Add a little bit of milk to it. I think I added too much. I'm really fluffing up. Look at it like bubble. From the tutorials I've watched online when I was learning to cook this dish, they said to just keep pushing the liquid towards the center. That's how you're gonna get the texture of like long scrambled eggs. I don't know if that makes any sense. Once this is basically done, I'm going to set the eggs aside and cook the tomatoes. You can see the steam coming up. While the tomatoes are cooking, let's talk about balance. Everyone in my program, we have a midterm right after the weekend. I don't think anyone is prepared for this upcoming midterm. But I think that celebrating Lunar New Year, celebrating anything, putting the eggs back in. But I don't think we should skip out on important celebrations and social events due to school. You need breaks to be more productive during the hours that you're actually working. We had like 10, 11 midterms last semester. This semester, we still have 9 midterms and like labs and everything. If we let midterms govern our social life, then we would have none. Every weekend would just be studying. for the upcoming midterm. So learn to balance. If you know that you're going out that night, maybe be extra productive during the day so that you can feel like you really earned it, and it'll feel good both while you're studying and when you're going out. I'm gonna put a little bit more soy sauce in. Tip number 2 for balance is once you made it out the door, don't think about what you should be doing. Oh, I could be doing work right now. Be present in the moment and make it last. Okay, looks pretty much done. Smells so good. Done cooking. This is the dish. Could be prettier, but it's okay. I'm gonna get ready really quickly. I'm just gonna wear this red sweater because it's Lunar New Year and I feel festive. And I've got my gold jewelry on today. Gold everything, red and gold. I'm running late. I feel kind of weird just carrying Tupperware in the middle of the streets. It's nice to see other people out right now as well. The weather is like infinitely better than last night. Now the sky is so blue and sunny. Still windy and cold, but at least it looks pretty. Things will not always go your way. I will go to bed after I figure this out.